Before the age of the twilight set upon the gods, a legend rose to claim his place among them. And even though Kratos sat on the throne as the new god of war, he was haunted by visions of his family. A family he himself murdered. But the hands of death could not defeat him. The Sisters of Fate could not control him. And on this day, the man, the legend, Kratos, will have his revenge.
Yes, sir. What up, everybody? It's what is here. This was supposed to be my first series, but that didn't exactly get a chance to happen. So, this is the remastered version of God of War 3. God of War is my flat-out favorite PlayStation original series. This was not my first PS4 game, but like one of the definite must-buys on the list. And the the intro cinematic took up about a good 5 minutes on its own. So I'm gonna actually go out of my way to utilize a little bit of ingenuity here, and I'm gonna make this video a little bit longer than my normal 10 to 15 minute time span, with a little bit of fandangly what you want to call it, editing magic I'm gonna have to pull off later on. I'm gonna be playing this on normal mode. My private file is on Titan, and I'm not necessarily in the mood to struggle for the audience. So here we go, about to get into this. I've only played this once.
My brothers, we were forged in victory. A victory that ended the Great War and brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus. Born from the depths of the underworld, rooted in the River of Souls, our mountain emerged out of the chaos. As it grew, so too did the might of the Olympians. He created a world of peace, a world of prosperity, a world that lives in the shadow and safety of my mountain. A mountain that has come to be the absolute measure of strength and power.
Wow.
Now, on this day, that power is to be tested. The mortal Kratos seeks to destroy all that I have wrought. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite. We will stand together. And I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Did not make it. Alright. Again, like I said, this is...
Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus! The Titans will fail again.
Stop. Right there. Alright. Like I said, this is my favorite PlayStation exclusive series. So when it comes to the dialogue on this game, I will do my best to be quiet during the cutscenes so y'all can really enjoy the plot and whatever. But like I said, I'm going to try to do some editing magic and make this a longer episode because it's a really story-driven game. So there's going to be a lot of cutscenes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop the DVR here, and I'll see you in a couple of seconds. All right, let's go. Let's do this. This is definitely going to be a game where I'm going to hope to find a co-host or two to join me on the journey so I can have somebody to do a little bit of talking for you lovely people while I play this, because as you can already see, they're doing their best to overwhelm me with a bunch of enemies. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Like I said, this is the remastered version of God of War 3 for the PS4. And I was honestly shocked. I was honestly surprised that it got a remastered version. It's kind of, I mean, HD remixes ain't really all that, surprising anymore. but there was definitely a big flood of, you know, remastered versions of PS3 games during that short little the last few months of its life. I guess you could say it's lifespan. Like they're still not making up. Fuck out of here. Thank you. Fuck out of here. Okay. Yeah, during its I'm gonna say like last couple of months, like God of War 3 got one, which doesn't really, you know, it wasn't released, you know. I think it was released maybe 2013 for the PS3. No, it was before that. It was before that. It was before that. I actually had this game for a while before I actually played it on PS3 because I wanted to play the actual series in order. Whoa! Oh, I forgot that one. I was interested in the series, and I had never gotten a chance to play it. So I actually got a hold of a copy from a pawn shop, the original God of War for PS2, and I couldn't get a hold of God of War 2. And it wasn't long after I did that I ended up getting my my PlayStation 3, and I bought what was it? It was the God of War collection. God of War 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm not doing anything to get out of the way of it. God of War 1 and 2 with a red controller for PS3, and I restrained myself. I think the only thing I did with God of War 3 was watch the opening cinematic, and that was it. I didn't play it until after I had finished playing God of War 2. Which was a lot harder than God of War 1 in my opinion. This is not necessarily a button masher, but this is definitely a specific type of combat game. And given where my mic is positioned, you're going to hear a lot of button clicks. Button clicks, stick clicks, a lot of clicking is going down in here. Oh god, I love this game. So yeah, the fact that they made an HD version or a remastered version of this is kind of weird, because I remember playing God of War 3 and like seeing how beautifully it was able to transition from the cutscenes to the gameplay. Like, I had not experienced a game on any gaming console that was able to keep the same quality visuals during the cutscenes and while, you know, during the gameplay. Like, I'm sure there were a lot of games that did it, but as far as like games that did it and were good at games that did it and were good at it, or actually had graphics that were, you know, impressive enough to have like these really amazing 3D cutscenes, and it'd be the exact same for the actual gameplay, was amazing. And I'm playing this on a 50-inch. When I played God of War 3 for the first time, I played it on a 32-inch. I was actually in the middle of the game when I bought the TV, and I remember I didn't even have HDMI then. I didn't have an HDMI cable. I was still using the component cable that came with the PlayStation 3, and I remember just seeing how amazing it looked on the 32-inch, and that was, you know, again, with just the component cables. So with that being said, what I'm trying to say is I can't see the difference visually here. I'm gonna probably have to go find a video online that splits them down the middle to show the difference between the two. I remember this was like the first thing that really threw me off, holding R1 to open the chest, because it used to be circle. Because what game was that? Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't necessarily get a re-release as far as its visuals go, because again, Grand Theft Auto 5, even on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, looks awesome. It really looks freaking fantastic. And I have, well, for all intents and purposes, I have it on Xbox One. And I couldn't really, and just like with God of War 3, I really couldn't see much of a visual difference between that and between it on the 1 and the 3. So again, with this, I can't really see much of a visual difference. Like, this is one of the most cinematic games I've ever played. Like how you see now, like you're watching Gaia climb up the side of the mountain while you're in combat. It mixes cinematics with gameplay so god damn beautifully. Like I'm not complaining by any means, shit. I mean, clearly because I bought the motherfucker. But to give it a remastered version is just weird to me. Same goes for the The Last of Us. When I bought God of War Ascension for the PS3, again, just as beautiful as God of War 3. You know, it's like they hit the pinnacle. They really didn't need to do anything to make it look better or play better. It was just fantastic the way it was. God of War Ascension came with a free demo of The Last of Us. And the chain of balance. Its unrivaled strength secures the bond. But really, dude? It's like I was in the middle of reading that. Alright, cool. Can I go back to reading that? Secures the bond between Olympus and the underworld. That's all I needed. Not even catch anything. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't necessarily. I still don't necessarily see the difference. I'm going to do my best to go look it up, look for a difference with a side-by-side video comparison. Another game that got that, the definitive edition of Tomb Raider from 2013. I also played that on PS3 during my year of completion. I also have it on Xbox One, the definitive edition on Xbox One. That game was, I've never played a Tomb Raider game, at least not to completion. I had never finished a Tomb Raider game before. That game was just fucking fantastic. Everything about that game was beautiful. A decent amount of collectibles. It wasn't too convoluted in what it wanted from you. It was just a all-around beautiful game. And for them to also release a definitive edition for that, I thought was interesting. But I saw what they actually were able to do with the next-gen consoles, and it had a lot to do with particles and element effects and blah 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 blah. I was gonna say you're gigantic and made of rock. You can't take him out. Alright, I'm gonna get into that building. And then we're gonna stop this episode here. It'll be the first, the first episode of God of War 3 for the PlayStation 4. I'm excited. I'm super duper excited to play this game. Well, not just play it, but play it for you guys. Play it on my channel. Because again, I said I want to try adventurous stuff with this channel. I really want to do things that I may have never, things I wouldn't normally do on my own. I learned that there's definitely, there has to be some sort of, diversity when it, see if I can take him out of time. There has to be some kind of diversity when you're doing a video game channel like this. Did that again. I come on, bro. Gut this bastard before the time runs out. Fuck out of here, man. Woo! Alright, bros. That's enough of that. Yeah. Time is getting close. Yeah, I don't necessarily know what exactly they did to this game that you know, warranted a HD release because they re-released 1 and 2 for the PS3 and the PS Vita, which I own both physical copies of, and they re-released the PSP games on the PlayStation 3, which I own physical copies of both. For I have the remastered editions and the PSP games. I even have one of them digital. Like I said, this is my favorite series. Okay, I'm gonna call the episode here. I'm gonna ramble a lot about this damn game because I'm way too excited to be playing this. But this is the first episode down. I really appreciate you for showing up. Hopefully you will walk this road all the way to the end with me and have as much fun as I know I am going to have. Thanks for coming. I'm out of here, yo. Peace.